everybody, and welcome to NAB Show Live, your source for everything NAB Show 2011. I am your host, Ashley Esqueda, and we are here in the gorgeous Harris booth at NAB Show, your #1 multi-platform digital media and entertainment show on the planet. It is, everything's happening right now. This is crazy, and not only are we covering this here on the show floor, we are also live streaming on the internet at nabshow.com. So you can check everything out that you see today on the show at nabshow.com. Today was the very first day the show floor opened, and I think it's safe to say that NAB Show 2011 hit the ground running.
Nobody's trying to change the entire industry standards and apply a new frame rate to all films. It's just not going to happen. I think 24 frames is great and will continue to be great. But if you want to go to a higher frame rate, maybe a movie like Avatar, which takes you into an alternate universe, is an appropriate place for a more immersive cinematic experience. The cinematic language of master shots, two shots, over-the-shoulder shots, singles, and inserts is an accepted standard worldwide for the cinematic language, but it's also important to acknowledge that the medium itself and the things like the size of the screen, the aspect ratio, 3D, and many other factors are intimately interwoven with a kind of story the filmmaker wants to tell.
One of the things that golf excels at is it gives our fans on site very close access to the athletes that you don't get in a lot of sports. You're right there, and I think 3D really helps bring that to the television viewer a little bit better as well.
This whole thing is a blank canvas, and there are no rules. So we're making the rules as we go along, and if we do it again next January, I'm sure there's 30 things we'll do differently, but you just can't ever think right down the pipe of a 2D broadcast. Just throw all that out.
It used to start as the sex scene, and then it turns into a gunfight. And then, so we go back and forth, that's how we write. And he calls and he says, no. They're not just, they don't stop to shoot. I mean, they keep doing it while he's shooting everyone.
Well, in typical NAB Show fashion, the show was opened with a keynote from two true innovators in the industry, Avatar director James Cameron and fellow 3D pioneer Vince Pace talked to everybody this morning about the future of 3D technology both in film and television.
Broadcast is the future. You guys are the future of 3D. We're going to talk mostly about 3D today and how it might impact your business and your business models going forward. And we said, hey, why don't we formalize our partnership, expand our business together, and create a brand that's going to be an end-to-end brand for quality 3D. So we've kind of reinvented ourselves as the Cameron Pace Group.
You know, we sit there and we all get so impressed with the dimension that we lose sight that it needs to be 3D entertainment. It's not 3D dimension. We're beyond that. That's, you know, it's now in the entertainment world. And so, you know, for me, from a broadcaster standpoint, I know you're going to hear a lot of people out there tell you that no, you can't do this, or you got to do it this way, or I have seen time and time again that the foundation of what you're currently doing, what you're doing for shows and productions is going to translate perfectly to 3D with one small caveat. That when you really get into our world and you start seeing what the opportunities are, you'll take it even further.
Business model doesn't work if you think of it as I'm going to have a 3D production team and a 3D production truck and my same old 2D guys. You have to go beyond that to there's going to be one production, and it's going to be a 3D, 2D production. And the 3D will be overlaid on the 2D in a way that makes sense. And ultimately, within the next couple of years, probably everything will be a 3D camera, and the 2D will be extracted from that. But it's not as simple as just shooting everything with a 3D camera and extracting the 2D feed.
In addition to these amazing speakers, James Cameron and Vince Pace, renowned broadcast personality Mary Hart was on hand this morning to host the NAB Show Luncheon, and by the looks of it, I'd say they had a pretty good time.
It was great fun hosting the NAB show today. I mean, particularly because I'm such a fan of the works of Marcy Carsey and Tom Werner, and they were brought into the Hall of Fame. So it was, you know, great fun being out on stage and actually seeing people from my broadcasting history, somebody from South Dakota, somebody from Oklahoma City. So that made it kind of personal for me. But it was also, they showed a nice little Mary Hart video, and that made it a lot of fun. Very special.
In addition to all of these great keynotes, luncheons, and other meetings happening, the show floor itself is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you should see the Evert's booth is absolutely stunning. They've got so many monitors up. It's an amazing sight to behold. And, you know, Dave Basulto, one of our NAB show correspondents, is down on the show floor checking out different kinds of production products, from pre-production to actual production to post-production. And he took a little look at what's happening in trends for hardware and software. Let's take a look.
I'm Ben Margadichin here at the Quantel exhibit. And who am I speaking to?
Well, my name is Trevor Francis. I'm head of product management for Quantel Broadcast Systems.
And tell us a little bit about this new product you guys have. Mission, I believe, is the name.
We're actually launching version 2 of Mission here at NAB 2011. Mission was evolved as our in-house, if you like, media asset management system to integrate a total workflow around our broadcast systems for handling everything from video and file ingest through to database management, media management, archive searching and retrieval, and output to video and also to the internet.
My name's Alan Lewis. I'm the marketing manager for the Broadcasting Communications Sales and Marketing Division of a Professional Engineering and Solutions Division of Canon USA.
Yeah, I understand you guys are releasing new lenses.
Yes, we actually have 3 new lenses here, but the star of the show is our pair of PL mount lenses, which are full 4K lenses for the PL size format, which is Super 35 millimeter.
That's fantastic.
Yes, we have a wide angle lens, which is the FK 14.5 by 60, and a telephoto lens, which is the FK 30 by 300.
Now, Andy, what do you think is the hottest product you guys have out right now?
Well, actually, it's not a product. It is our entire suite of products. What has us really excited this year at NAB is that we're able to show a complete end-to-end workflow for the first time. So we take you from ingest to asset management, storage, of course, central storage, editing, playout, and archiving. The whole chain of events in production we cover now.
That's awesome. Where can people go to get more information?
To our website, of course, editshare.com. We have lots of information that explain all the products.
And it's called Selenio, and it's for managing hybrid infrastructures. So a lot of customers are coming to us and have been coming to us over the last number of years saying, hey, I've got my baseband infrastructure, and I've got my IP infrastructure, and I'm having to manage these separately. It's very, very difficult. So we've created a platform specifically for the evolution of a broadcast from baseband IP and managing that evolution along the way. So customers are very, very excited about this.
Welcome back, everybody. Every day here at NAB Show Live, while the show floor is open, we have the distinct privilege of interviewing somebody who is amazing and really involved in the broadcast industry. Today, we have the president of Harris Broadcast Communications, Harris Morris. Mr. Morris, how are you today?
Thanks, Ashley. I'm great. It's good to be here.
You must be so excited. I mean, you have a gorgeous booth. You have some amazing products out there. You're 1 year into your appointment. Is that right?
That's correct. I was running a part of the business, but I took over about a year ago.
Very nice. Well, so far, how are things progressing with in respect to your goals?
Absolutely. We're a little ahead of where I hoped we'd be right now, which is great.
That is great.
Obviously. Our management team is coming along really well. We've brought some people from great other places in the industry and related industries, as well as advancing some folks who are already doing great things at Harris. We've invested in go-to-market presence in a number of places like Brazil, other parts of Asia, Africa, the Eastern Europe, former Soviet bloc countries. And then our new product development is incredible. The things we're showing this year, I really didn't think we could probably be as far along on as we might have been a year later, but they're extraordinary. And some of them are things that we think kind of nobody else is doing yet.
Well, let's that's fantastic. It's always nice to feel like you've sort of overachieved over the course of a year and saying like, hey, like we're in a pretty good place. So that's great. That's a really great thing to hear from Harris.
Yeah, thanks very much. It feels good, and we're having a lot of fun with it too.
Fantastic. Well, it's always good to have fun.
Absolutely.
Always good to have fun. So tell us a little bit about the recent realignment and how Harris can now better service the marketplace in general.
Sure. Really what we've done is we've just broken the business into very logical groupings. The government communications services business has one set of dynamics. The RF radio business, where we sell all of the best radios in the world to allied forces around the world to hopefully keep them safe. And then what we call integrated network solutions, which is a group of 5 businesses that have a lot in common. So it's us and then our colleagues at HITS, Harris IT Services, bring the network design, the architecture, the implementation, and the ongoing network management that is really prevalent in our digital out-of-home stuff right now. And then it's also becoming increasingly prevalent in a lot of parts of broadcast around the world. And then we've got our cyber solutions business there, Caprock, where increasingly a lot of our customers are asking us for SATCOM solutions too.
Cool. You guys have a lot going on this year.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So in 2011, what are the biggest, most exciting products happening for Harris?
Clearly Selenium is the lead product. That is the thing that we're making the most noise over because at the end of the day it's completely revolutionary. It takes about 75% of the complexity and cost out of distribution operations for any platform across the web, mobile, etc. It's great. But then we've got great products in transmission, new compact transmitters with very low power consumption, and great products in media, how you make money on the ad revenue side, where we're stitching together traditional linear media optimization with non-linear for things like VOD and mobile and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
So for anybody visiting your booth here at NAB Show, what is, if there's one thing that you want attendees to take away from visiting your booth, what would it be?
I'd say the one thing is really that we have the luxury, and it's a wonderful gift really to the business, of seeing more of how customers are solving problems and making money around the world than anybody else. And so we're very focused on taking those lessons and bringing them back into solutions that help broadcasters take more to the bottom line and delight consumers while they do that. So I think it's that breadth of expertise and that breadth of knowledge, and it's very focused on the business realities of the situation they're facing.
Well, that's always, I think that's a really important concept for, I really love that you guys are focusing on. That's really, really great. And I think a lot of people will appreciate that when they come by the booth.
I hope so. I hope it comes through.
So as you're looking around the NAB show floor, what trends are you seeing in any category that has particularly caught your eye? Is there anything in maybe content creation or management, commerce, distribution that's really sort of, you're saying, hey, like that's something that I need to, like this is a sort of an exciting trend that's happening here at the show?
Absolutely. I think the number one thing, and a lot of the stuff you see here is designed to help tackle it, obviously, but you're seeing it everywhere, is what a lot of people would call multi-platform distribution. I have a word that I like a little better, which is any screen. So the notion of making content and repurposing it for any screen, anywhere, and figuring out how to monetize it for anybody who wants to watch it. I really think that is still the big challenge that most broadcasters are facing, and it's also the big opportunity to find every possible dollar to monetize that content anywhere. There's also some cool, edgier stuff going on, like the 2K and 4K push to higher res solutions, and then obviously continued evolution of things like 3D and people figuring out how to make money in that model and stuff like that.
Cool. So for you personally, if there's anything that maybe you've heard about, I'm sure you're probably a little busy this morning with the show floor launching, so maybe you haven't gotten to see quite everything yet at NAB Show, but if you had to pick one thing that you were really looking forward to maybe checking out that you've heard about this morning or that you knew was going to be at the show, what would it be?
Sure. I think it's some of those things I mentioned. The high-res stuff I think is going to be very interesting. I'm also interested in something that we have done and partnered with Microsoft on, but I haven't seen how it's implemented. It's on the Microsoft stand, and it's doing digital asset management in the cloud. And I think that's going to be a neat a neat example as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of the high-res things from people like Sony and Panasonic, and then some of our stuff with Microsoft.
Oh, with the cloud, I mean, that's a big trend for, I mean, everybody, I think.
It's huge, and you know, a lot of media companies, I think, are very thoughtful or very guarded about it because they're reluctant to put their crown jewels, their assets outside their own firewalls.
Right.
But at the same time, for things like asset management, for libraries, archives, disaster recovery, things like that, it may make a lot of sense. And so I think you are going to see experimentation and exploration there over the next few years.
So for you and everybody at Harris, how important is it to Harris to be an anchor here in the North Hall at the NAB show?
Sure. Well, NAB is an anchor of our marketing. As much as we're an anchor of the hall, it really is the cornerstone of what we do. So we love NAB. We love the show, and we like this location. It's easy to get in and out of. We're sort of the first thing you see when you come in from either the central or the food court area. And we've got a great layout here that our marketing team has continued to refine and open up. I like the openness and the flow this year, and it works really well for us. So it's good.
That's cool. So what would you say would be the most valuable element of the NAB show to you guys at Harris?
Well, there's just no substitute for this scale way of connecting with customers and press, right? I mean, to be able to see this many customers and have a substantive conversation with them about their business, also show them new technologies, and at the same time interact with the press corps and the media, it's just an awesome opportunity.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Morris, for coming and talking to us and telling everybody a little bit about what Harris has going on here at NAB Show 2011. Really appreciate it, and we wish you all the luck this year with everything that you guys have going on. I think you've got some pretty amazing things happening, so thank you so much for sitting down and talking with us.
Great. Well, thank you, Ashley. It's a lot of fun, and it was great to chat with you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Well, we are going to keep going with the show, and if you are just joining us, welcome to NAB Show Live, your source for everything NAB Show 2011. I am your host, Ashley Esqueda, and one of our NAB Show correspondents, John Ware, is down on the show floor today checking out what kinds of new trends are out there this year, and I think he came up with some pretty exciting stuff.
Hey, this is John David Ware with NAB Show 2011. I'm here with Ellen from Adobe. She's the Senior Product Manager. Ellen, can you tell us what's new at Adobe?
Well, we just announced Adobe Production Premium CS5.5, and we're really excited. We've got major new updates to After Effects, Premiere Pro, and we're now making Audition available for the Mac for the first time and including it in Production Premium. In addition to that, we've done a bunch of enhancements so that mixed format sequences play back more smoothly, and we do a better job of playing back complex codecs like the RED and AVC HD. And we do have some great enhancements to After Effects CS5.5. Probably the feature that's been generating the most excitement so far is the new Warp Stabilizer, which provides a new way to stabilize footage. It's particularly great for footage that was shot on a DSLR, and it miraculously reduces rolling shutter effects. So it's great.
Andrew, tell us a little bit about your experience at NAB and about Red Giant.
Sure. Well, Red Giant's in its 9th year. This year, we're releasing several new products. We've got a product called Magic Bullet Grinder, which is basically a DSLR video footage converter. Probably the biggest thing we're announcing is maybe people know our Magic Bullet Colorista line for color correction. We're releasing an absolutely free product that basically allows people to standardize their color correction across the host applications, totally free. But we're really excited this year to take our Magic Bullet technology that processes video and make it available on the iPhone. So it's called Movie Looks. It's going to ship this week, and it gives you 40 different looks on your video. And then we're also shipping a product called Noir, which is a really neat kind of play on black and white and allows you to light certain areas of the photo. So both those apps will be available this week.
Excellent. John David Ware signing out with NAB Show 2011.
Our coverage of NAB Show 2011 continues with War on the Floor. This is the second year War on the Floor has been happening here at NAB Show. It's where two college teams compete against each other to win fabulous prizes by creating content, learning a little bit about how that content is created from beginning to end, and also completing tasks all around the show. So today, their focus is content commerce, where they learn about how media is purchased and how it makes money. And and I can bet that they listened pretty closely when they had to learn about this particular avenue of content creation.
This week, 2 teams of college students descend upon the world's largest electronic media show. Their objective? To navigate 800,000 square feet of exhibit space, filled with over 1,500 companies. Over the next few days, each team will shoot and edit their own stories, experiencing the thrill of bringing content to life. Do they have what it takes? Prepare to find out. It's Las Vegas. It's the NAB Show. It's the war on the floor.
Vegas is the most unpredictable city when it comes to money. Money is made and lost every day faster than a wedding on the Strip. A popular topic at the NAB show is how to make your bottom line a positive one, if you're lucky.
The first stop of the day was to Art Beats, an awesomely innovative company that went around the money media love-hate relationship. They were the first company to generate royalty-free video.
So we're royalty-free, which means that we're not rights managed.
And now their library includes extensive 3D footage. The money media relationship for Art Beats is jamming. Speaking of, let's look into music.
I'm here at Killer Tracks with David Carroll, and he's going to tell us exactly what they do.
Killer Tracks is a production music company, so people can just come to us, and with one license, they have all the rights they need to use the music. And Killer Tracks invests a lot of money in producing high-quality music.
If media and money were in a relationship, what stage of their relationship would they be in?
Married.
Married?
Absolutely.
So since money and media are married, we decided we needed to learn how this relationship navigates at our last stop. We were directed to a particularly interesting booth on navigation, so we wanted their take on the money-media relationship.
Will you tell me a little bit about your product?
So it's called Beat the Traffic, and what we do, we design this software. It's a 3D software in which you have real-time traffic information.
How easy is it for people to make money in the media industry?
Well, it could be quite a challenge, I would say. I guess it depends on what end of the spectrum you're located. But usually, if you have a good product or if you have good content, then you should find a way.
When money and media work together, they birth great content. I guess in this relationship, all you need is love. Well, I'm off. Let's check in with the gray team.
This isn't just work for me, it's my passion.
With a click of a mouse, my stories unfold.
I'm here, I'm ready, let's go.
I like hearing the stories people want to tell.
Hello, my name is Asia Taylor, and I'll be your host today. Today is day 2 here at the NAB convention. Let's get started. One thing we're learning here about War on the Floor is content commerce. Can you kind of tell me what that is? I'm a little confused.
Sure, I think it's it's really the relationship between companies like us working with the media industry and providing content pretty much for these media, TV, radio, or even on mobile now.
Okay, I know what you're saying. The blue team, they go see vendors every day, see millions of famous people. We do the same thing. They're here from a college just like us. What makes them different from us? Well, we have a star on our team.
The 2011 version of the BEA Festival of Media Arts Student Video Competition Awards.
We're learning here at the NAB competition is basically content workflow. So can you kind of describe to us what content commerce specifically has to do with Microsoft?
Yeah, sure. So from a content workflow perspective, Microsoft is helping to enable companies throughout that content value chain.
We're learning about content workflow. Can you describe how your company kind of relates to that and how it relates specifically to content commerce?
Sure, I'll give you one example. Right now we're demoing the Accenture Video Solutions, right, which is the same solution that we've helped Mediaset, which is a broadcaster in Italy, implement a few months back.
Okay, so we just finished hearing from James Cameron, director of 2 major films, Titanic and Avatar. Definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Okay, so one of our tasks was to be on the John Lennon tour bus, and here we are with Ryan.
Yes, my name is Ryan.
Why don't you explain this thing to us?
Basically what we do is this incredible bus is a non-profit mobile recording studio, and we travel all around the country 10 months a year helping students write songs and make music videos for free.
Beat the Traffic says girls do it better.
Microsoft says girls do it better.
Accenture says girls do it better.
Girls do it better.
Okay, that wraps up day 2, but stay tuned tomorrow. We have 2 more days on this floor and a lot more to cover.
Take a look at how gorgeous the Harris booth is looking here at NAB Show 2011. It is amazing looking. Well, one of our favorite, most adorable NAB Show 2011 correspondents is out on the show floor, and that would be Vimeo's Andrea Allen. Now, while a lot of people are out there looking at hardware and trends and things like that, Andrea is actually out there today. I would go so far as to say catching NAB showgoers off guard. Let's take a little look at what her and Vimeo created.
Hey, it's me, Andrea from Vimeo.com. I'm working for NAB this year to bring the word on the show floor from regular NAB goers like yourself, or like this guy, for instance, or these guys, or these guys, anybody. You want to do an interview?
No, I'm okay.
All right.
I'm here geeking out over the new gear. I buy a new camera about every 2 years, so it's time.
So what is particularly sexy for you this year?
Well, I'm sad that Canon did not release a update to 5D Mark II. That's what I was holding out for.
Yeah, what's up with that, by the way? Canon?
And of course, I'll check out Panasonic's F100, the Sony F3, kind of seeing alternative solutions, but Canon...
Get on board, man. What's going on?
My wallet's burning a hole in my pocket.
We love you! So, at NAB, make sure you develop your specific walk. Here's mine. A walk that shows you mean business.
We're from Austria.
Austria.
Yeah,
Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch.
Yeah, sehr gut.
Sehr schlecht. Nein.
It's the first Segway for a Steadicam.
Yeah.
Only for Steadicam.
That's amazing.
It has a hard mount, so you can mount your Steadicam directly to the Segway.
What do you think they would do if you just zoomed off?
They will run. They will run after you, and they will get you.
Well, let me know, and I'll have the doors open, and I'll clear a path. What do you think? Crazy or what? Crazy, right? Straight up nuts.
And we're just checking out the latest filmmaking equipment that's available. We're pretty excited to check out some of the new cameras. And we saw James Cameron give a little speech about 3D equipment that's coming out. That was pretty exciting. I think that's a little ways off for us, but no, I've been using Vimeo for over a year. I love it. Lots of great filmmaking videos and shorts. And
yeah! Awesome. High five on that. Guys, come here. Steve, just stop filming around my shoulders, for real. Ugh. All right, Steve, seriously, that's a wrap for the day. We're done. Let's go.
Am I right? Andrea Allen could be the most adorable correspondent ever at NAB Show. But, you know, even though there's a lot of things happening today, the first day on the show floor at NAB Show, tomorrow is no different. Here's a look at some of the things that are happening tomorrow, Tuesday, at NAB Show. 9 o'clock in the morning, we've got a spotlight on broadcasting featuring the one, the only, Les Moonves of CBS, who is a titan of industry and broadcasting, of course. At 11:30, there's Rango, the next step in CG animation. There's some amazing people from the crew of Rango who are going to come and talk about all the different things that went into making this amazing film. We've got at 2 o'clock Community, which is when intelligent comedy meets innovative production, and Mobilize TV and Creative Cow are going to be kind of organizing that. A little bit later in the day at 3:15, they have a Sons of Anarchy panel, Grit and Texture in Small Town America, and there are some amazing folks like Paul Malbaum, Anthony Medina, and Kurt Sutter coming in to talk about Sons of Anarchy. And at 4:30, we have the state of solid state lighting and image acquisition and reproduction. It's a report from AMPAS, and there are also some amazing people coming in to talk about what's happening in the industry and how all of that relates to you guys here at the show. So every day, the folks at Nerd Locker search the show floor for great upcoming technology and interesting products, and I think that I speak for everybody here who's seen the bit by saying they definitely hit a home run today when they stopped by VeriZoom.
Hey, Ryan from NerdLocker.com here, and we're checking out all the booths that are getting set up before NAB Show. Right now, we're with Jazz from NerdLocker.com and Steve from VeriZoom. Hi. How's it going, Steve?
I'm pretty good.
That's great. How are you getting excited for the show?
Oh, totally, man. You know,
that's awesome. I was hoping you can give us a little tour of what you're doing back here.
Yeah, well, the biggest thing we wanted to show off this year, we got our motion control heads. This is our Cinema Pro Junior. It's got full motion control, robotic head. So you can program moves just like for zoom, focus, pan, or tilt on here. We have a hand wheel controller option for it, or a joystick. And basically, I mean, you have control over pan, tilt, zoom, or focus. Or you can operate it by the wheels, because you got a lot of cinema guys prefer this option here. And it responds exactly like a gearhead. Right?
Besides bird watching, what else can you do with this?
Well, bird watching mostly, you know.
That's great.
But I know it's great on the end of a jib, like mostly for feature films. Is you can get that exact effect of like an old airy head on here. And pre-programmed is great, because then if you have the same shot you want to repeat exactly, if that's not the take you wanted, or later you can have it repeated exact.
Very cool. So I was hoping you'd let us play around with it a little bit.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, you got right here, you have your pan and you got your tilt. This is focus. If you're using the joystick, then this is zoom, or you can control it that way. We have this one hooked up on a pan bar option, where it acts more like a broadcast camera. It feels just like a fluid head.
It does.
So it'll imitate the moves he's doing. You have zoom here in his hand. You have a focus wheel over there on it. If you're like me and grew up playing video games, the joystick's the easiest to use.
Right.
This never stops being fun to play with.
It never does. I'll agree with that.
It's just like playing video games, only like you could get paid for it and it will be awesome.
All right, Steve, thanks for letting us check out the motion heads. It's been a lot of fun. And if you guys are watching this, go ahead and check out VeriZoom here on the NAB Show floor. Back to you guys.
Well, that is it for all of us here at NAB Show Live. But before we go, we'd like to take a second to thank all of the partners that made this production possible. 13 Keys, Digital Rapids, High Winds, Nerd Locker, Vimeo, and On Call Communications. You guys rock, and you are making this all happen. We will be at different locations all over the show floor for the next 2 days, and you can actually check out anything that you saw today on the show at nabshow.com. On behalf of everybody here at NAB Show Live, I'm Ashley Esqueda, and we will see you tomorrow.
On Call Communications presents a revolutionary new concept in satellite news gathering, design, and operation, incorporating a new modular design concept from ENG Mobile. The QuickSpot solution is fully automated, easy to use, and can be operated by a cameraman, driver, or on-air talent. With studio control of vehicle cameras, switches, encoders, and audio, combined with affordable, easy-to-use, on-demand, or web-based scheduled bandwidth, QuickSpot is the perfect solution for fast, breaking news. Come see tomorrow's technology today at Booth 910.